Republican state senators today tried blocking the approval of 5 of the governor's appointees to the Board of Parole Hearings. That's because the board granted parole earlier this year for 2 convicted child molesters, a story that ABC 10 has been following. ABC 10's Becca Habecker joins us with more on today's heated conversation in the Senate.
Yeah, Alex, Republican senators blamed the Board of Parole Hearings for granting parole to, as one put it, monsters who committed crimes against vulnerable children. But I learned of the 5 commissioners they wanted to block, 3 had nothing to do with granting these men parole, and we don't know how the other 2 voted.
Secretary, please call the roll.
One of the first orders of business for California state senators Monday was approving 5 of Governor Newsom's appointments to the Board of Parole Hearings, composed of 21 full-time commissioners who are appointed by the governor to staggered 3-year terms and subject to confirmation by the California Senate. Some Democratic senators spoke in favor of approving the appointees.
I believe they are following the law that they are given, and they are doing it faithfully.
But Senate Republicans urged their colleagues to vote no on approving the commissioners' appointments, citing the Board of Parole Hearings' decisions earlier this year to grant elderly parole to 2 convicted serial child molesters, 64-year-old David Funston and 57-year-old Gregory Vogelsang.
Recent parole decisions, including those involving Gregory Vogelsang and David Allen Funston, have raised serious concerns among victims, prosecutors, law enforcement, and the public about the board and how they're applying the unreasonable risk standard with sufficient caution.
She's referencing the requirement that commissioners must judge whether someone is fit for parole based on assessments of their current risk to the public, not past, as this Democratic senator explains.
Parole decisions must be based on current safety risk, not on the seriousness of the original offense. This is a legal rule that the California Supreme Court has affirmed.
Republicans read from a transcript of Funston's parole suitability hearing in which the commissioner asked, "Are you still attracted to female children?"
David Funston, yes, I am. There's not a single person in this chamber who would want this man to be alone with their children or grandchildren or any of our constituents.
Each man was approved for parole by a 2-commissioner panel, a decision that then has to be approved by a majority of the entire board. A majority approved each man's parole.
These are decisions that defy common sense.
But parole board documents show 3 of the 5 commissioners up for a vote Monday were not present at either man's full board review and were not involved in the initial review. As for the other 2, board members' votes in these full board reviews are confidential, so we don't know how the other 2 voted.
That appointment is confirmed.
Only 10 of California's 40 state senators are Republican. The 9 present Monday were not enough to block the appointments. The votes for each went along party lines. All 5. The governor's office has told ABC 10 in previous coverage that the governor only has the authority to reverse a parole determination in a murder case. Funston, by the way, was about to be released, but then the Placer County DA charged him with child sex crimes from the past. He is now in the Placer County jail. And Vogelsang remains in state prison. After outcry from the public, the Board of Parole Hearings decided to hold a hearing on whether to rescind his parole. Several bills are also going through the legislature right now that would put stricter limits on who could be eligible for parole. We'll continue following those. Alex.
All right, Becca, thank you so much.